Porque mis derechos me los va a otorgar el UFO. Yo con 350 euros más 20 almendras más 30 de UFO despierte a Homer. Estoy en cuantos portales de kilómetros, 350, Livex 35, Innocent. ¿Cómo con 350 euros? ¿Tú qué tienes delante en los medios? Pero los superiores, pues el verde. Pero os estáis true. Porque los libros, las patentes, sabéis el red A, después no lo detecto. Y el rojo, eso mido, pero a mí no me expliques eso porque yo no anuncio, mis derechos serán del UFO. Cuando le vean con plomo, sabéis eso mido, yo tengo los ojos azules. Yo a los 18, después de practicar sexo menor de edad, sano en un buen piso, en Juan Fernández, en el Cadet, ahí fue la caída del muro de Berlín y la caída del muro de la Unión Soviética. Y os para el tiempo, luz azul nos va a dejar mortal. Pero los superiores verdes, porque su banco en la Caixa, eso, si estáis en marrón los portales, ¿sabéis? Tenéis la lista de los cambia en naranja, eso. La lista de naranja, está firmando el B del UFO. Tenéis el rojo, es unido, de 16 años, un aborto, pues ha comido un niño. Como mi goma. Pero la goma es legal, a mí no explicármelo, yo no acizar. Están en el marrón los portales. Las frases de las virtuales son de actores que tienen para caerme en modo, pero de esta casa. Nixon Rules. Nixon Roof, tenéis nivel de vida de desarrollar sabéis ni cagón ni vídeo, lo hice en el planeta. Pero es un superorganismo. que no es como ser humano, es como UFO. Yo estaba aguantando al UFO sin decir plomo, porque quiero el universo como en la Tierra, que para el tiempo y el dicto los errores de esta Tierra. ¿Qué le cuesta al UFO con una videocámara casera y los techos de imagen, eso? Pues soy democráticos. No a Estados Unidos, Pangea. Países de euros, con 350, el IBEX 35. Pero no tiene domicilio fiscal, ningún portal en España, teniendo todo lleno de líquida. Es más mediocre Felipón. Ahí se más débil la masa. Pero no voy a tener derecho siendo el único. Si se lo pides a Rufo, él se echó los ojos adelante de pequeño. Está en esas fotos de publicaciones. Esto pues vuestra oportunidad. Con los años que nos quedan por vivir, demostraré cuánto te quiero. Gloria Estefan. Sé que aún no es tarde para recapacitar. Sé que aún me queda una oportunidad. Pero eso al UFO, no nos va a condenar a no vivo. Pero mis derechos, ¿quién los lee?
Senate. Of course he doesn't.
Es infame. Con helio, cadmio, magnesio, ya el PNA publica el vite que has pronunciado de la ideograma, porque en tribunales así lo demuestras eso, pero luego están las leyes, está dentro de la atmósfera.
Two puppet masters weigh in, and the extreme MAGA Republicans decide to do the bidding of the wealthy, the well-off, the well-connected, millionaires and billionaires, not working-class people all across America.
One of the changes Elon Musk and Donald Trump made to the bill was to eliminate support of research on children's cancer. And Donald Trump, at the last minute, decided he wanted to add a dramatic increase in the debt ceiling, an unprecedented increase in the debt ceiling, to the bill, even though the government won't come close to reaching its debt limit until June. Donald Trump actually wants to pass a bill that will completely suspend the debt ceiling, just totally eliminate it. There is no debt limit for the United States for 2 years, so that Donald Trump can run up the debt to any level at all with his tax cuts for billionaires like Elon Musk.
The provisions in this bill, particularly as it relates to suspending the debt ceiling for 2 years, are designed to bring about a massive tax cut, unpaid for wealthy donors and for wealthy corporations, for millionaires and billionaires who clearly some in this Congress are working for. And this bill is validation for it. Now, what's been interesting to me is that for decades, the Republican Party has lectured America about fiscal responsibility, about the debt and the deficit. It's always been phony. This bill proves it. The one thing we do know is that every time a Republican president comes into office, the one thing we can count on Republicans to do is to pass a massive tax cut for wealthy Americans, and in the process, stick working-class Americans with the bill by raising the deficit and the debt. The phoniness in claiming that extreme MAGA Republicans are about working-class Americans or the party of fiscal responsibility, nothing could be further from the truth. When you run up the debt and the deficit, middle-class families pay, working-class families pay, and we are going to defend them.
Leading off our discussion tonight is Democratic Congressman Brendan Boyle of Pennsylvania. He is the senior Democratic member on the House Budget Committee. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I know you can't be sure what happens next. No one can be sure what happens next. But as of now, there is no plan, and the Musk-Trump bill has crashed spectacularly. We are almost 24 hours away, approaching 24 hours away from a government shutdown.
Well, actually, Lawrence, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Mike Johnson, and I all have something in common. None of us know exactly what they are going to do next. If they went back to Plan A, which was the agreement negotiated by, as you know, what is sometimes nicknamed the Four Corners, House Democrats, House Republicans, Senate Democrats, Senate Republicans, handshake agreement announced just about 48 hours ago. And then what blew it up, of course, was Elon Musk, who apparently is the president-elect of the United States and the real leader of the Republican Party these days. He went about tweeting. And because he sent off a lot of tweets that scared Mike Johnson and enough House Republicans, they made the remarkable decision to pull their own bill that they negotiated and was agreed to by all sides, and instead take this Republican-only approach that, as you have documented very well, completely crashed in flames late this evening.
So this looked to me, the speaker going ahead with a vote, looked to me to be the move that we've seen other Republican speakers make when dealing with the crazies in their party. In this case, the crazies were not members of the House. The crazies were Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And the Republican speaker, we've seen John Boehner do it, where they just go, okay, we're just going to have a vote on what the crazy people want, just to show them how impossible it is.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth in that perhaps tomorrow or the following days, it might make it actually easier now for Mike Johnson to get more people on his side to swallow a bipartisan agreement. But look, in the end of the day, we know how this movie is going to end. The only way we will be able to keep the government running, or perhaps reopen it in the days ahead, will be a negotiated bipartisan agreement with a Democratic Senate, a narrowly Republican House with bad internal divisions, and of course a Democratic president.
What are the elements that you could foresee in such a deal?
Well, I have to say, the elements that I see for support from all sides were announced a few days ago. I don't think the final agreement is going to be much different than that, Lawrence. And it reminds me, if you remember that government shutdown the first time Trump was president around 2018, lasted 37 days. In the end, the way that ended was actually Donald Trump completely capitulated. We congressional Democrats won. I mean, in the end, the American people lost because we had a government shutdown that they were forced to go through by Republican leadership and President Trump. But in the end, the way it was resolved was eventually Donald Trump got tired and threw in the towel. I think history is about to repeat itself.
Yeah, Elon Musk doesn't really know what the government is, so the idea of shutting down something that he doesn't know what it is, to him, seems totally harmless.
Right. There's always this fallacy that some very remarkably wealthy people who have had some success in business think that they automatically know politics or know government. The reality is this is a multi-trillion-dollar operation that's enormously complex, that people can spend 50, 60 years studying and still not entirely understand. So Musk's arrogance in this situation is truly breathtaking, and I think we saw today what the result of that was as he attempted to cosplay President-elect